they're at the forefront of the BRI as the pilot project of the Belt and Road Initiative in the form of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Now I would like to invite the chief guest, His Excellency, the Deputy Prime Minister of Pakistan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasul al-Kareem. Chairman, Pakistan China Institute, Honorable Senator Mushahid Hussain Saab, Executive Director, Honorable Ambassador of China to Pakistan, Jiang Zedong, Honorable Parliamentarians from Pakistan and friendly countries, Parliamentary Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Shazra Mansab, distinguished guests, foreign delegates, former ministers, I can see few here, from जान साहब बैठे हैं, उधर और साथी बैठे हुए हैं, and ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. It is indeed a great honor to attend this event commemorating the 75th anniversary of the founding of People's Republic of China. I had made a commitment before I left for Smao. Prime Minister couldn't go. It was the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting right in the middle of Pacific. As my brother Senator Mushahid Hussain said, it took me 32 hours, 24 hours of flying hours and 8 hours of waiting in transit. You have to change twice. But since I had made commitment, I was required to actually divert myself from the last stop in Dubai to Riyadh this morning. So there is a financial investment initiatives conference. But since I had made a commitment, so I got leave from Honorable Prime Minister on telephone, who has left after my arrival for Riyadh. He will be representing Pakistan. So it's indeed a great day, I would say, and a great event which has been planned. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the Chinese government, the Chinese people, the institute, its management, all participants here. It's a wonderful day, it's a historic day from Pakistan and Chinese friendship point of view. The establishment of the People's Republic of China marked a transformative moment in the world history, ushering in an era of progress and strength for a great nation. Under the leadership of Chairman Mao and his revolutionary comrades, the Chinese people paralleled dignity and self-respect. Kindly spare some moment, some time, and reflect. We don't have much difference in our age of the two countries. And Honorable Senator Mushahid Saab mentioned, how and which countries China's tried to follow in the beginning, which included Pakistan model as well. There's a separate discussion sometime, what goes wrong in this country. I think we will certainly have another discussion, but with reference to today's event, I would say this monumental journey inspired by Chinese countless nations in FC College. Such a speed can we have been witnessing all leg pulling from His Excellency economy in due course. In due course. Again, China, those who observe it closely, starting from the tariff impositions from 25 to impositions from 25 to 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, given numbers by Honorable Ambassador here, but also elevated the quality of life for its citizens and pioneered advancements across various sectors. Now, at one time, Chinese labor was considered to be very economical. I don't use the word cheap. And that's why the many industries of the world actually located from the West in China. You will be surprised to know that the per capita income and the living style has gone so high in the last decade. Pakistan labor has become cheaper than China now. Nepal labor has come cheaper than China. Bangladesh labor has come cheaper than China. That's why there was a huge discussion just 6-7 years ago of relocation of a lot of Chinese labor-intensive industries in these countries. Pakistan was one of the best candidates. I'll come to that in a minute. The sadful story of Pakistan. We take off and we just fell repeatedly. So that was the best time, 2016-17, when JETRO was saying that Pakistan is likely to be the second choicest place for foreign direct investment. When the international rating agencies were frequently upgrading your ratings. When the Morgan Stanley and the other countries were saying that forget about neighbor, look at Pakistan for investment. Anyway, that's it. So historically, I think we have still space, in my opinion. I'm very optimist. Some people say I'm born optimist, but my experience also says optimism, hope must prevail, because we have not seen once, but multiple times Pakistan rising, and then the political instabilities and the domestic conspiracies just take Pakistan to a negative direction. From space exploration to artificial intelligence, medical science, green development, and cutting-edge technologies, China's transformation from an agrarian society to an economic powerhouse of the world has reshaped the global economic landscape. With its GDP risen over 17 trillion US dollars today, Chinese journey stands as a testament to its unyielding pursuit of prosperity. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan sees China as a key factor for peace, stability, and fairness in world affairs. And I mean it, what I'm saying. China's peaceful rise has contributed to stability in global political and economic landscapes, enhanced the structure of global governance. It has strengthened the role of multilateral diplomacy, and there's so many positive things you can see and experience when you study the China's 75 years of growth. Importantly, China's proactive leadership in addressing climate change galvanized international climate action. With its investments in renewable and green energy, as well as its pledge to achieve carbon neutrality by 2060, China sets a standard for sustainable development that resonates globally. I'll be joining President Pakistan in his dialogue with President Xi on 7th and 8th. That's another reason why I'm here. And it's amazing. It's all clear, blue sky now in Beijing. It's really impressive that if you intend to do something, if you have a resolve, you can make it. And China has shown it. I was really happy and pleasantly surprised in such a short time, just 4 or 5 years ago, and now how Beijing, environment issue has totally disappeared. China's role as a harbinger on the global stage is equally commendable. Rather than stalking conflicts, China has consistently worked to cultivate harmony among nations. I'm sure China could have reacted to the unreasonable tariffs levies in the recent few months. I was actually in Beijing when I read that news. I mean, imagine 25% tariff to 100% tariff. I don't know what would you write, Dr. Ikram Saab, on this, whether it is a fair play in the world or not. But that's what happened. I read in China, I was on an official visit with Prime Minister. And I couldn't believe that, this can also happen. This is nothing but politics. And unfair way to stop somebody to be achieving, which in my opinion, they will achieve one day. The humbleness, the hard effort, the commitment, the dedication with which the Chinese leadership work, I don't see it's going to be too long away when they will be achieving this thing. This dedication, as I said, and I must compliment what China did in this region. Pakistan deeply values China's support in addressing long-standing issues, including the issue of Jammu and Kashmir, as well as Palestine. As responsible, decades of Pakistan-China friendship are marked by a shared history of trust, resilience, and solidarity. Born of visionary leadership and strengthened by generations of Pakistanis and Chinese alike, our friendship has flourished as an enduring partnership. And this government intends to take it to the next level, inshallah. As all-weather strategic cooperative partners, Pakistan and China have stood by each other both during times of peace and in times of difficulty. Be they natural disasters, economic disruptions, or geopolitical shifts, China-Pakistan friendship has been consistent, steady, and that's why they say all-weather friends. One of the most notable achievement of this partnership is the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which His Excellency, the Ambassador, has pointed out. Let me share with you the history. Pakistan was suffering by 2012, 18 hours of load shedding. I'm sure you would have forgotten by now. We have a very short memory. 18 hours in the urban areas and 20 hours in the rural areas, average. Pakistan had already held the elections, 2013, May 2013. We had won the elections. And Chinese premier were visiting Islamabad, and invited Mr. Nawaz Sharif as the obviously known to be the next Prime Minister of Pakistan. I accompanied him, and so did the current Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif. We held a meeting in Serena, Islamabad. The Chinese premier asked Mr. Prime Minister, he addressed him already, Mr. Prime Minister, tell us what can we do for you. And Mian Sahab said that please help us in getting rid of this load shedding in Pakistan. You would be amazed to know when you analyze. I can see some people here, I can see Rana Sahab is here, Mehtab is here, they all know the background. So you see, the maximum investment out of the CPAC was for generation of electricity projects in the private sector. There has been a lot of malafide propaganda from the containers and otherwise. In the powers of echelon, they really believed that thing. And as a finance minister, I confronted those all. तो बड़े महंगे लोन दे दिए चाइना ने, 8% लोन है. ये लोन्स हैं, ये इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं. and I confronted them. Even today, the numbers are available. The government of Pakistan, out of 34 billion of CPEC phase 1, only borrowed 6 billion US dollars. The rest was investment loans to the private sector for the power generation projects. 3 billion for Multan Sakar motorway. It was commercially not viable, couldn't be done on a BOT basis. So state has to come in. You can't have Peshawar to Islamabad motorway, Islamabad to Lahore motorway, Lahore to Multan motorway, and Multan Sakar can't be because there is not enough traffic and doesn't make commercial sense. This has to come in. So that was the sector which was China under CPEC, 3 billion. The other 3 billion was the Gwadar related projects. And the average cost was less than 2%. It won't be appropriate for me to tell who the big powers I had to confront. And thanks God, with the change of government, and after spending 1 year, when people went to negotiate IMF program, then the finance minister had to make public statements in Washington. Ishaq was right. It was less than 2%, and that was investment, not loans. So see, we should think of Pakistan first, and should not come to the petty politics when it comes to Pakistan. So CPEC, I think, is a wonderful gift from China. It's a flagship project of the Belt and Road Initiative of President Xi. It has not only transformed Pakistan economy by enhancing infrastructure and energy capacity, but also demonstrated that interstate relations based on mutual respect and cooperation bring substantial benefits to both nations. As a symbol of bilateral cooperation, CPEC underscores the enduring strength and depth of Pakistan-China's relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan remains fully committed to expanding CPEC to the next level. In the recent meetings of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif with the Chinese leadership in China, which I also participated, China and Pakistan have agreed to take CPEC to the next level, what we call upgradation of CPEC or CPEC phase 2. We have to move into now the second phase, deepening our collaboration in trade, industrialization, technology, agriculture, and green and renewable energy investments. China offered that we can send 1,000 agri senior students to China. They can study how we can increase our yield per acre, how can we reform our agriculture following the Chinese model. So the government is totally focused, and the actions are on. This shared commitment was further strengthened during the visit of, as I said, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif in June this year, followed by recent visit of Premier Lee to Pakistan. These visits reflect our country's resolve to elevate this partnership to new levels. Now, the visit I'm referring to, after 1997, Pakistan did not have any meaningful multilateral event in Pakistan. It's not very good. Maybe one dignitary, one prime minister, one president, two or maximum three, 2019, 2021, ECU. But not 1997 level of multilateral event took place in 27 years in Pakistan. Alhamdulillah, we mobilized SCO. You have been witness. People still didn't try to leave it in peace, try to sabotage it. But the SCO went, alhamdulillah, absolutely marvelous. And there is all praises coming to the visiting dignitaries, including Chinese Premier. I'm sure Ambassador, is privy to that recognition. So we have to hold these events regularly. But, the constraints were very serious. I had to concentrate few weeks totally on this event. And Alhamdulillah, all guests went happy. Chinese premier was there, Russian premier was there, a number of Central Asian states, all those members attended. And of all the countries which the speculation was will not represent. If you recall the last year Goa, some negative episode, even the Indian foreign minister visited Pakistan and participated positively in HCO. You see, this is what we should be focusing. So, as China marches forward towards its second centennial goal of achieving the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation, Pakistan stands at a pivotal moment in its journey towards sustainable and inclusive growth. The trust and support that define our relationship will continue to guide us, enabling deeper strategic cooperation grounded in shared values and principles. Today, as we celebrate China's 75th anniversary, the achievements of the historic journey and the steadfastness of our unique friendship, we reaffirm our commitment to advancing our partnership with renewed vigor. United by shared aspirations, we pledge to uphold peace, foster prosperity, and build a brighter future for our two people and the world. Honorable two speakers had pointed out few things. I'll be failing in my duty not to briefly touch upon them. Mushahid Sahab has a great memory, I must compliment. The incident he quoted was 2nd of December 1998. He was asking me, was it 2nd or 3rd? I said 2nd of December. Because Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif was accompanied by Sartaj Aziz Sahab as Foreign Minister, me as Finance Minister, Mushahid Sahab as Information Minister, and Shahbaz Sahab as the Chief Minister Punjab. But also, Riaz Khokhar Sahab was also there. The diplomatic community, we should not miss out their member. The other side was Madeleine Albright. Please, I'm talking from memory. Foreign Minister. Sandy Berger, the National Advisor, Security Advisor. No. Rubin, my counterpart, the Treasury Secretary, and then Talbot and Colin Dufford. So we had interesting episode because Pakistan was not getting its money, F-16. Musharraf Saab could not get it. Bibi couldn't get it. Alhamdulillah, that was a historic day. But rest, you will have to wait for Mushahid Hussein's book, which he keeps promising he will quote the entire episode which happened. So, you have to see the detail. But Alhamdulillah, it is our duty to fight for our country, for a national interest. No matter which building, where you are, who are you facing, you have to have the courage to talk and claim for your right assets. So, Mujahid sahab, काफी देर हो गई है, 1998, and now we are 26 years. I'm still waiting for the book, because the first round was the political, which was F-16. We knew it was official visit of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, and the second round was economic. So the IMF revival. So this was a very historic visit. Dr. Ishaq Sahab might have some idea of what happened. He was with me those days. I remember you drafting an article for me, From Crisis to Hope. Am I right? Okay. Yeah, that's why I'm recognizing Dr. Ishaq by name. Ishaq Sahab bhi baithe hain. Ishaq Sahab bhi, before the coup, we were thinking to taking him as Governor State Bank. Lekin the competition was between him and Shaukat Aziz Sahab. the coup would have luck for both. One became the state bank governor, the other became the finance minister of Pakistan. But they were both interviewed by me for the post of state bank governor. Sorry? तो आगे चलते हैं जी. शौकत साहब इज गुड फ्रेंड यार. ये सारे छोटे लाइटर जो दुनिया छोटी है, हमें लाइफ बड़ी छोटी सी है. Gaza and Afia Siddiqui. Two things you have raised. I have to respond. Afia Siddiqui Saiba, again, Mushahid Sab knows, we have done our best. And in the restricted meeting with President Obama, that's the last attempt Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif made. And I accompanied him in that meeting, I and Sartaj Sahab. We requested for, on humanitarian grounds, to get Afia released and sent back to Pakistan, but somehow we were told it's not possible. I didn't give up. Before the tenure of, in 2016, that the tenure of Democrat government was over, I had engaged the current Secretary of State, who was at that time Deputy Secretary of State, Tony Blinken. And at the classified places, my conversations would be available because that was recorded by Dr. Waqar Masood, who was my finance secretary. I did my best for this girl of Pakistan to come back, but anyhow, the word is difficult. Let me tell you the latest. We have not given up. I have just got, as Foreign Minister, a letter signed by Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif asking, or I would say requesting, let's use the word proper, the President of US, POTUS, that they do give a number of pardons before leaving, that if this can be done. So we have done it. Just before coming here, I had Attorney General with me and the Law Minister. I'm sending a delegation of 3 people to go and meet the parliamentarian, the congressmen, the senators in US to lobby. Because we will do our best, but that's all, we should be doing. On the issue of Gaza, I think the word international law and order is collapsing. I don't mince words, I talk straight. May not be very good quality in a diplomatic responsibility, but you have to. Just in last 48 hours, I have made it sure that I put on record of the Commonwealth that there is a need for reform in the multilateral development institutions, charter. The developing country needs do not have enough supply under the existing system from the Betterment Institution and others. And everybody agreed with me, and it was part of the record which the Commonwealth Secretariat will issue in due course. So, same happens to Gaza. All the resolutions of the Security Council on Gaza, by the resolutions of the OIC in Gambia, I represented Pakistan on this subject there in the heads of government OIC meeting in Gambia a few months ago. There was a special meeting of D8 in Istanbul, same issue, followed by another meeting hosted by King of Jordan, President of Egypt, UN Secretary General. I represented Pakistan there. We voiced everywhere. I think we may be one of the rare countries who have vocally spoken in favor of Palestine. And I think it is as part of the Ummah. Is this genocide must stop. The war crimes must operate. The International Court of Justice, the CN, has been put in the bin, which has categorically stated it is plausible genocide. 48,000 innocent people have died, including majority of women and children. 80,000 are injured, and there's the complete vanish of the Gaza place, followed by what is happening in Lebanon. What Pakistan is doing, we are playing our proactive diplomatic role. Many things you can't make too much public. This is standard norm. That's why you don't see me, by the way, too much now in talk shows. Spokesperson speaks on behalf of the MOFA. Hopefully, Parliamentary Secretary Dr. Shazra Mansab will be doing that job. But we raise this issue at every important international forum. Even in Commonwealth in Samoa, I made it sure that this item is raised. But what Pakistan is doing, now let's come to that. सिर्फ बातें करने का तो कोई फायदा नहीं ना. Talk is not enough. We have to do something practically. We have already sent 10 big consignments of relief to Gaza. Previously, we were sending through Egypt. When we attended a few months ago the conference in Amman on Gaza, I negotiated with Jordan because that is a safer place and safer route to dispatch these goods. So we have been doing it. Number two, an NGO from UK of the professionals, doctors, they approached me that can we bring the final year students of medical. There are no teaching hospitals now, no medical, it's all gone by the bombardment. So can Pakistan accommodate them? You'll be happy to note I have made arrangements with all the private medical colleges and the public sector colleges, and 190 students would be, as a first batch, coming to Pakistan. Palestinians who will be completing their rest of their medical profession and their degree in Pakistan. The first batch has reached in Lahore. Next few batches are expected in Islamabad, and hopefully once all the first total batch arrives, I have intention to probably invite them and just have talk, maybe media is also there, just to encourage them. They lost everything. So all I want to assure you that Gaza is on our radar, and surely we will do everything which is possible. Just attack on Iran, that is the new edition. The sad story is when the Iranian president was to be sworn in, Prime Minister Shahbaz was again overcommitted. Task was given to me. I represent Pakistan. I went there. ये अलग बात थी कि बजाय एक दिन का ओवरनाइट जो कि suggested था, I reduced it to 14 hours trip. I reached after the airport to the parliament. I had about 30 minutes margin. So I attended the investor ceremony. So life is short. That's why I said that we should always consider this. I was sitting, the Turkish foreign minister was sitting, deputy prime minister and foreign minister of UAE was sitting. The ceremony was to start in about 5-6 minutes. Ismail Hania walks in. He was also invited there. And this clip was run globally after what happened there at that time. So 4 of us were chatting, 3 of us, sorry. UAE DPM was sitting, but Prime Minister Haqqan, my dear brother, and myself and Ismail Hania, and very good exchanges. After that, there was a gap of 1 hour, there was a dinner, and then I just rushed back to the airport and reached Sagar again 4 o'clock, by the way, in the morning. When I landed at Islamabad, I was told that Ismail Hania has been killed. Now, this is life. So, our support is very much there. Now, the latest attack on Iran, we have been informed that Arab Summit would be taking place, most likely on 11th of November. Arab Summit, not OIC. So I'm sure Prime Minister and we will represent Pakistan on that occasion. We'll voice out everything we can. On the security issue, I'm sorry I'm taking a lot of your time. I'm talking about for our brothers and sisters from China, personnel. Am I right, Ambassador? The only exception. This is what Chinese leadership told the Minister of Pakistan in my presence. Now, please reflect sometime. You're all very experienced and rich background in different fields. Why only attacks on Chinese? Because this friendship is not digested by certain powers of the world. And the conventional wars are over. All you need is to destabilize a country. So, if you recall, 2013, I remember our manifesto was 3 E's. I was one of the author of that election manifesto. I've been chairman of PMLN election cells 2002, 2008, 2013, and now 2024. And we had titled it 3 E's. What were the 3 E's? Extremism, economy, and electricity. These were the 3 issues which Pakistan was facing. Having dealt with successfully the load shedding issue after CPAC, investment and commitments, I remember if you recall, 2014 APS attack in Peshawar, December 2014. Dharna was here, by the way. 126 days had almost near completion. After that, meeting of the National Security Committee took place. We deliberated. It was part of our manifesto. Once the economy and the electricity issue will be, we will go whole hog for this menace, against this menace. So I was asked as finance minister, would you finance 100 billion rupees for this, Zarb-e-Azab? I said, no matter what amount, we must go for it. और 1 साल नहीं 4 साल हमने फाइनेंस किया. Please pick up the statistics. The number of incidents per month, terrorist incidents, 2013 and compare it to 2017. They're not even 3 or 4% of the number which you had in 2012 and early 2013. But Pakistan invested in this thing. Because after Zarb-e-Azab, it was followed by Raddul Fasad. तो बहुत ज़्यादा जो तालिबान, they fled from the northern areas either to across the border to the other country, Afghanistan, or they spread within Pakistan. So we had to launch Raddul Fasad within the country. We had to have detailed operations, security operations to bring back कराची की रोशनियाँ जो 8 बजे बंद हो जाता था कराची. So Allah was very kind. Karachi was back. Ishaq Saab, in those days, you were in IBA in Karachi and you invited me. And I know it was very big rush area. I hope you remember that visit. तो वो फारा वापस आया. Have you ever reflected what went wrong? Why this resurrection of terrorism has started again in Pakistan? We are to be blamed. When we go to Afghanistan and have a cup of tea and say, okay, we are only here for a cup of tea and everything will be in order, see what is in order. See what the price country is paying. See how the Chinese are upset. See what the negative impact it has on your economy. It would have been much better. So हमें अपनी गलतियों को मानना चाहिए, सोचना चाहिए कि हम ऐसी गलतियां ना करें. Why 102 hardened criminals who were involved in the Malakand, Sabat, terrorist activities, in Peshawar activities were released? Why? Would we ask as a nation why were they released? Would we ask why after that cup of tea the borders are open to the TTPs to come back to 35 to 40,000 people in Pakistan? That's causing now this trouble. खुदा के लिए काफ़ी हो गया यार, बस तमाशे. Pakistan was doing fine in 2016-17. From projected to be a macroeconomic unstable country going in default within 6 to 7 months. Pick up your internet and the material. Where was Pakistan in early 2013 before the elections? The projections was no matter which political party will come in, it will take 10 to 12 years to get out of the quagmire and it will default 6 to 7 months within. Pakistan तो कोई default नहीं किया, alhamdulillah. But we were in that trouble. Dr. Ishaq can bear and can share with you the statistics of that time. But where did you reach as a country? I'm not taking credit अपने लिए या government के लिए, but see what where the country, the resilience and the potential this country has. It took only 3.5 years. Your inflation came down to 3.6% CPI. Ishaq sahab, correct kar dein. 2% food inflation, 6.3% GDP growth, highest foreign exchange reserves 24 billion, never yet to be broken. Abhi 16 billion ka ambassador sahab has quoted. Yes, number is right. I think he is also economist. He quoted 3 numbers. He built the railway in Laos. And you became 24th global economy. And what was the projection? Pick up again. Abhi Google kare. PricewaterhouseCoopers. What was the report? Pakistan will be joining the way it's doing G20 by 2030 max. और किधर गए हम अगले 4 साल में? We became 47th economy. This one indicator is enough to speak what did you perform as a country on the economic front. Anyway, it's never too late. You're doing our best. Thank you, Ambassador. You said from 28 to 8%. Yes, it is right. He said GDP is getting better. Yes, it is right. He said foreign exchange reserves. Yes, but we have still not reached that level which we had. But let me also tell you that the policy rate has come down from 22%, unprecedented. कौन सी economy चलेगी? कौन सा business चलेगा? People will put money in the bank, get 22%. You can't run any business with 22 plus 2-3%, some 9% CPI, and you can't have 9% CPI, and you can't have 17.5% policy rate. So there's a huge gap. Even if you want to keep some cushion, not that big cushion is required. Our exports are doing better now, alhamdulillah. Remittances is also doing better. A large-scale manufacturing so things are moving. I can't say we are out of the quagmire. It will take time. In 2013, यही शहर था Islamabad. Tell me and quote me any government in which all the heads of MDIs visited Pakistan. One single tenure of any government in the 74 years. What president came, followed by Shri Mulyani. She went later as finance minister of Indonesia. She is still finance minister. Followed by Kristalina as her successor. Christian Lagarde came. President Nakao of ADB came. You had this AIBB, President Jin came. IDB. The only time in Pakistan, every head of the multilateral financial institution visited Pakistan, called on the Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, congratulated him, and held a press conference with me either in Serena or in Marriott, and having all the praise for Pakistan future, economic future. मुझे तो रोना आता है कि हम कैसी नेशन है, हम अपने आप को कैसे तबाह करते हैं. All these political conspiracies and what I call Project 2011 that collapsed Pakistan. Anyway, as I said, I'm not indulging into politics, but we have to fight this menace of terrorism now. Azm-e-Istehkam is the commitment of this country that we are going to now follow the 2014 plan again. National Action Plan bana tha, aapko yaad hoga. Things are absolutely, alhamdulillah, getting fine. But जी जी जी, ही वाज एफरोज साहब, खटक साहब माशाल्लाह हमारे साथ सेनेट में भी रहे हैं. ही इज अ ग्रेट कंट्रीब्यूशन दैट. हमारे कई कई हफ्ते लगे उसको बनाने में, नेशनल एक्शन प्लान में. तो इतनी मेहनत, इतना पैसा, इतनी उसका रिजल्ट, और बाद में क्या कि हमने अपनी खुद ही आज ही 102 क्रिमिनल्स को छोड़ दें क्योंकि हम चाय पीने गए थे और हमने रिकन्सिलिएशन का दरवाज़ा खोल दिया है. अब ये रिपोर्टेडली 35 to 40,000 वो जो आपके बॉर्डर इतना पोरस है, वहाँ को वीज़ा लगा के नहीं लोग जाते ही आते. 35 to 40,000 people who had fled from Pakistan after the Operation Zarb-e-Azab have come back in Pakistan. They got ready commanders of 102 which were hardened criminal and released. कोई पूछेगा किन्होंने क्या और क्यों किया? तो पाकिस्तान, मैं अभी भी बिलीव करता हूँ इट्स नेवर टू लेट. बहुत लोग, जो मैं लास्ट ईयर जब मैं था फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर फोर्थ टाइम, बड़े बिजनेसमैन आते, पास जी असी अपना बिजनेस बेच के अभी वी आर प्लानिंग टू गो टू अब्रॉड एंड बोलते. मैं कहा यार एक सेकंड, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? वो जी एक्सटर्नल डेट मर गए हैं. मैं कहा कितना है? करंट $130 बिलियन है, 130 बिलियन. मैं कहा यस, फिर? मैं कहा व्हाट इट इज? व्हेन आई लेफ्ट in 17 it was 63%. When the next government left it was 73%, but still you're 100. Look at USA, 109% debt to GDP. Look at UK after COVID over 100%. Look at Japan 257%. हम अपने आप को खुद मलाइन करते हैं जी, मर गए हैं, डेट ट्रैप हो गया है, और वो लोग बाज नहीं आते. I had to fight September 22 to August the 9th, 2023. If you recall, every week there would be somebody on the screen and say कि पाकिस्तान डिफॉल्ट कर रहा है. मैं कहता था नहीं करेगा पाकिस्तान डिफॉल्ट. IMF और नो IMF, पाकिस्तान नॉट डिफॉल्ट. कितना किया वो डिफॉल्ट? नहीं होता हमें. और बाय द वे, God has blessed you. Please, as a nation, you have to rise to the challenge. God has blessed you with an estimated $10,000 billion of reserves, mines and minerals, gold, granite, stones. 130 बिलियन का लोन है और 10,000 बिलियन के अल्लाह ने आपको दिए हुए हैं, और फिर भी हम मातम करते रहते हैं क्योंकि so we have to streamline things. तो मैं समझता हूँ कि I think I've taken far too long. I got too many things to do, but जरा मैंने कहा मुशाहिद साहब ने ना शायद किताब ही भी सारा आ जाए. लेकिन I am waiting for the book for the last 26 years. So मैं समझता हूँ कि हमें मिल के एज ए नेशन खुदा के लिए पाकिस्तान को किसी ऐसी जगह पे ले जाएं. देखें, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह यू आर ए न्यूक्लियर पावर. फिर मैं स्टोरियाँ बड़ी लंबी, पूरा राम कहानी 10 घंटे चाहिए होंगे सुनाने के लिए. I've been involved somehow, luckily, right in the last 34 years, I've been involved in most of the things. Then God helped us. We had I spent a whole day. मुशाहिद सबको याद होगा December 1998 के last week में with the relevant quarters and relevant place about the missile technology. Today God has made you an impeccable defense. So आपके साथ अब conventional पंगा कोई नहीं लेता. The only way to pull you down is to make you economically vulnerable. That's exactly what has been doing with Pakistan. And we are that intelligent that we can't understand what's going on. I'm not using the word stupid. You see, this is what it's all about. So anyway, I should come back to the main event. Mr. Chairman, Pakistan China Institute, Mr. Ambassador, Mr. Executive Director, all of you, honorable foreign delegates, I compliment you and I extend my heartiest congratulations on this event. And I have no doubt, Pakistan too has a great potential, I'm absolutely hopeful. All we need to do is to work hard and Pakistan can take off in no time. अभी आप 6-7 महीने देख लें, 28% से 7% के करीब आपकी इन्फ्लेशन आ गई. बेहतर चीज़ें हो रही है. बट द पीपल आर ऑलवेज रेडी टू पुल योर लेग्स, बट दैट वी शुड नॉट लेट इट हैपन. पाकिस्तान की खतर एक दफ़ा तो इसको G20 में चला जाने दें. दिस वाज माई ड्रीम, माई ग्रेट डिज़ायर. जो चूँकि Lifetime, I have been in all economic ministries, starting from, founder of the Board of Investment in 1992, first time, and then Minister of Commerce, Minister of Industries, Minister of Investment, and finally, finance after nuclear detonation, when the things were really bad. So Pakistan has a potential. I've seen that in. Gee? Dollar was when that time the 56. We left it at 51.80 and Ishaq साहब नाराज हो जाएंगे. ये free exchange rate ते believer ने. Let me also tell you one thing. I challenge any. ये free exchange rate जो है ना ठीक है, but there is a mechanism. When your rear says it should be 199, September 2022, Ishaq साहब, why it should be 235 or 240? Shouldn't it using the rate of the government? Or should you want to just allow the speculators, a handful of people to make crores and billions and let the country be under debt burden, extra debt burden of trillions? No, I wouldn't do it. This is a wrong theory. 8 पर ये कहते हैं कि ये करोड़ बढ़ जाएगी, यही है ना जी आपकी जो बुकिश theories है. ओ भाई आपकी 8 economies exports, you kill the 92% of the economy. That happened with the previous government. फ्री छोड़ दिया मादर पितर आजाद को. वही जो किताब सुनते हैं जो लोगों से, all due respect to the economists, डॉक्टर साहब ऐसे different है. Dr. Ishaq doesn't believe too much in that. He believes in stable currency like me. But Ishaq साहब भी very solid अपने subject में और अपने thoughts में है. तो आपने 90 उसकी वजह से your inflation goes up, उसको पकड़ते आप policy rate को, this vicious cycle goes on and on, bigger and bigger. अगर आपके पास एक रील है, real effective exchange rate आप कर सकते हैं, तो क्या प्रॉब्लम क्या है? ये कहते हैं कि जी आपके ये होने दे स्लाइड तो ये हो जाएगा, आपकी एक्सपोर्ट बढ़ जाएंगी. पाकिस्तान doesn't have exportable surplus. Our exporter start manufacturing after getting the orders. जो डिवैल्यूएशन होती है उसका 6 से 7 हफ्ते से ज़्यादा फायदा नहीं होता. The exports have 60 to 65% imported component. The rest goes, the general inflation goes up and you kill what we have killed the general public in the last 4 years. तो मैं समझता हूँ कि ये देखिए ये प्रोफेशनल है, मेरी अपनी सोच है. I have a firm belief in certain things and I can prove. तो इसमें कोई ऐसी पाकिस्तान के लिए वो मसाइल नहीं है जो हल नहीं हो सकते. पाकिस्तान अगर हम सारे मिल के बैठ जाएं, everybody would put wisdom, pearls of wisdom in there. I'm sure people like sitting here and we plan this country to be where its destiny should be, in Comity of Nations, and that is part of G20. So, with these words, once again, wish you all the best, Mr. And congratulations to all of you, and thank you, foreign delegates. You have been very kind to come to Pakistan. And China friendship, Zindabad, and long live Pak-China brotherhood, which is, all time, inshallah, to flourish. God bless you all. Thank you very much indeed.
刚才达尔副总理做了一个非常全面的这个演讲。当然他讲的很多都是这个巴基斯坦这个发展经济的问题。我能感受到他对巴基斯坦发展的这种热情。我本来是因为有些问题想讲的，但是我怕他长途跋涉太累，所以我没有讲。但是听了他刚才谈到安全的问题，我想还是要讲几句。
So I didn't touch upon many issues, and I would like to add a little bit more.
是这样，当然我们对巴基斯坦的发展有信心，刚才我讲过了，而且这个话题我在卡拉奇、在拉合尔2个地方都讲过。 在伊斯兰堡这个某一个场合也讲过，这个我就不再重复了。这个我们对中巴关系的未来，我们的前景美好的前景更加有信心。这个我也反复的讲过了，我也就不重复了。但是现在可能是我们最大的关切，像刚才是制约中巴关系进一步发展的一个很重要的因素。
We have every development of Pakistan. I had said that in many occasions, both in Karachi and Lahore and in Islamabad, I would not repeat again. And we have every confidence in the bilateral relations of our two countries, and I will not again repeat it. But I would like to talk about the security issues. It has been our great concern and also the largest constraints to China-Pakistan cooperation.
这个大家都知道这个习近平主席他关注我们每一个海外同胞的安危冷暖。这个他经常的强调人民至上、生命至上。他对巴基斯坦中国人员、机构、项目的安全尤其的关心。每次同巴基斯坦领导人会见的时候，都会要求巴方要采取一切措施，确保在巴国人员。
As everyone knows that President Xi cares about Chinese people's security, he always says the people is the first and people's lives is the first.
在106或者说2次恐袭事件以后，这个李强总理还是率团巴基斯坦进行了访问。那么我想这也充分地体现了我们对巴基斯坦政府的有力的支持。
As you may know, Premier Li Qiang's visit to Pakistan is in Pakistan. So he insists on visiting Pakistan, which fully demonstrates that our support to Pakistani government.
那么他在这个跟巴方领导人交流的过程当中也反复地阐述了安全这个我们进一步的对巴的经济合作，但同时我们希望这个巴方为中国的企业要营造这个良好的确保他们的这个安全。
So during his exchanges with leaders of Pakistani side, Premier Li has emphasized the importance of security to both development and cooperation. He emphasized that further deepen our economic cooperation with Pakistan, but we hope Pakistani side could create a conducive and safe economic environment for Chinese people.
因为习主席也强调这个安全是发展的前提，发展是安全的保障，没有安全和稳定，一切都无从谈起。所以，当然我们对巴方为保护中国人员的安全所做的大量的工作，所做的努力，我们给予充分的肯定。我们也为巴方为打击恐怖主义所付出的牺牲表示崇高的敬意。
President Xi always says that security is a piece of development, and development is guarantee of security. Without a safe and sound environment, nothing can be achieved. So China has speak highly of the endeavors made by Pakistani to safeguard the security of Chinese people in Pakistan, and we pay high tributes to those people who have sacrificed their lives in this process.
但是在短短的半年时间内，连续发生2起针对中方的恐袭事件，而且造成了严重的人员伤亡，这是我们这个难以接受的。所以我们希望巴方下一步一定要加大在安全方面的进一步，像刚才达尔副总理已经提出来了，巴方已经做了很大的投入，那么我们希望要进一步加大这方面的投入，要加快缉星惩恶，所有的这个凶手都要捉拿归案，一切的涉案人员都要予以严惩。那么同时要加大打恐的力度，坚决的打击针对中方企业、人员、机构的这些反华的恐怖组织。 那么同时啊，我们也希望双方要加强安全领域的合作，来共同的来协防方提高这个反恐的能力。
But it is very unacceptable for us to being attacked in only 6 months, and these attacks has also caused severe casualties. We hope Pakistani side could further strengthen the security measures taken to protect Chinese Chinese personnel, institutions, and projects. Just as Deputy Prime Minister Assadar has said, Pakistan side has devoted a lot in countering terrorism. We hope you could further strengthen these measures and to hunt down all the perpetrators and severely punish them, to crack down all the anti-China terrorist groups. And Chinese side will further strengthen our cooperation with Pakistani side and further strengthen our capacity building in counterterrorism.
我们希望最后就能够形成这样的一种格局，这个中方的企业能够安心的经营，中方的人员能够安稳的生活，中巴关系能够安全的发展。
We sincerely hope the Chinese people and enterprises could live and work safely in Pakistan, and China-Pakistan relations will be further deepened safely, and we sincerely hope our bilateral cooperation will be further.
我想在中巴双方的共同努力之下，我们一定能够实现这样的目标，来坚决的打掉恐怖分子的嚣张气焰，来还中巴合作一个安全稳定的环境，来为两国各自的发展以及我们地区的和平稳定与发展做出我们的贡献。
I believe with our joint effort, we could crack down those terrorist groups and provide a safe and sound environment for China-Pakistan cooperation and make contributions to the regional peace and prosperity.
谢谢。